MK Dons versus Sheffield Wednesday. It's a big one. It's a review, and let's see how we do. Hi guys, and welcome to this video. You could like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I much appreciate it. Like can help the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the content. If you hit that notification bell, it'll let you know when video go live. And also, the Talking Wednesday podcast is every Tuesday at 5 PM. And I think there's a different one this week. We are playing on the episode when it goes live. But please leave reviews on Podchaser and everything else that we use. It does help a lot. So this is a big game for us. This is massive. We need to get all 3 points today and keep us in that playoff spot. We are currently in 7th place thanks to Sunderland yet again getting a late goal to secure them all 3 points. Result didn't really go in our favour on Friday, and it kind of has a little bit today with Rotherham and I believe with Cambridge, Wigan. But we need to get all 3 points. But they are desperate to get into those automatics as well. So they know how much it is to get all 3 points as well. So it's two teams that are going to be fighting out, trying to get into it. We do know that they are not playing Theo or Connor from the start, which is probably a good thing for us. But we know what they can do. So let's see how we do, and we'll go to the team news. Jamie Cumming, Dean Lewington, Warren O'Hara, Harley Dean, Scott Twine, the danger man for them. Really good player this season. Mo Elsa, Cover Coventry, Josh McCracklin, Troy Parrott, Daniel Havertz, and Kane and Hayden. Razzavelli, Katsum, Theo Corbinu, a big one that we've got to watch out for. We know what he can do on his day. Dan Kemp, Harry Barrington, Connor Wickham, the big one. We hope he doesn't come on. We know what he can do as well. Brandon Mason. Now, the Wednesday team has got 2 changes in it. There is no Hutch and there is no Massimo Luongo. We don't know what is what. One is apparently injured. One is apparently ill. That's the rumour going around at the minute. Peacock foul start. Story, Dean, Palmer comes in for Hutch. Hunt, Bayer, Delibashu comes in for Massimo Luongo. Bannon, Johnson, the big one. Berahino starts up top. This is what we've been wanting. He's not had a look in since pretty much that hat-trick, so glad to see this. He had great link-up play with Gregory. Gregory as well. Wildsmith, Dunkley, Brown, Shadipo, Mendes, Lamb, Patterson, Canberra. There are weapons on that bench that can come on and change it if need be. The Shadipo, the Lang, the Patterson, they can vary if he stays on side. But there are options there that can come on and give that attacking flow. It's actually quite a good attacking bench. Now, it is a big loss not having Massa in this and Hutch. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Dennis Adeniran did travel with the squad, but he's not in the match day starting lineup, but he's getting close by the sounds of it. So this is a big one for Wednesday. We need all 3 points. Games the other day did not go our way, as I said as well. We need to just go out there, put a performance in, and get all 3 points. Get the hell out of Dodge, and then move on to the Crew game. Because Crew have making those changes. I think they've got a new manager in, although on the search for one, and they're trying to get that new manager bounce as well. So it's going to be interesting, that game. Now, that game, as much of people thought, oh, it's going to be a gimme. It still could be, but you never know when a team just change manager, one of those prove stuff, especially if they are looking like they're relegated. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, and they are the games we normally mess up on. But let's concentrate on the MK Dons game. Let's try and get all 3 points. It's a huge game, and let's see if we can take them all back to Sheffield. Yeah. And he says South Yorkshire, Sheffield. To Sheffield and South Yorkshire, and hopefully put us in a better plot in that playoff picture. Well, that was a hell of a first half to start off with. We were a bit cagey to start off with, knocking ball around, but then we kicked it up a bit and did something very unwelcome. Like, we scored from set pieces. And the first one was an excellent little bit of play. Short corner, pulled it to Berahino, and their keeper just made a fantastic save to deny Gregory, which was a certain goal if he hadn't got his arm down. And the keeper's really unlucky as he kind of goes in with the shot, but it's a great goal. Everybody from the Wednesday players run to the bench. There's obviously somebody on that bench who's helped with the set pieces on that. And we're just playing some really nice football. Kept them quite quiet, for the most part of it, knocking the ball around. When we lost it, we were the first one to win it back. Bannon and Byers have been superb in that midfield, just trying to work it and try and get it and trying to win it back. Dory and Dean have been really well drilled at the back as well. Then we get another corner, and it's a great little corner in. Header, Lee Gregory, Meg the keeper. It's 2-0. You're thinking, what is going on? Because that 2 goals from set pieces, which we don't normally do, which is nice to see something clicked somewhere in training, which is awesome. And we're just playing with a lot of confidence and getting the ball, knocking it about a bit. Every time we lose it, there's another man getting it. When they are coming forward, we are managing to close it down quite well. And then just pure filth. That is all I can say about this third goal. It is pure filth from the cheat code. That is Barry Bannon. The ball comes to him. He sees the keeper's off his line. He's got to be at least 35, 40 yards and just volleys it on the dipping volley over the keeper's head. And it's 3-0. And you're thinking, wow, that was goal of the season for League One. Absolutely stunning goal. Really good goal, really good technique. Every time I'm on Dapper's 18 Dapper channel, Dan, when we're talking about the League One show, everyone said Barry Bannon a cheat code, and it was just sublime bit of skill and technique to do it. Not all plain sailing though. We lose Harley Dean just before half time. He got something wrong with his vision. He goes down and his vision blurry. I don't know if it's a knock to the head or what. If it's a knock to the head and he's a bit concussed, that means we've got the 4 substitution rule in place. But he goes off. We bring on Dunkley. And they find that little pocket of space as well, because Dunkley goes way too further forward trying to win the ball. And it leaves the gap at the back. And they get in and they get it in. And we tried to clear it off the line but from Palmer. We couldn't. It's a good goal, to be fair. Bailey comes out probably a little bit too quickly. And yes, I don't want to put all the blame on Dunkley because just come on, but it did. We stepped up way too high when with Dean, we weren't stepping up as high. There was always someone back, so it was either Story or Dean were going forward. It wasn't both. And it mainly Story going forward and Dean with the anchor. And Dunkley gone to go forward and left Story to be the anchor, and that hadn't worked. 3-1 though, we're trying to get the ball back, and they had come into it a little bit more once they got that goal. But losing Dean is a big blow because he's been really solid in this game, and it's a blow because you don't know what it is, if it is concussion or not. But losing him is a blow. But at half time, it's 3-1. Great goal by Berahino. Lovely header nutmeg for Gregory, and an absolutely filthy, sublime volley for goal of the season contender by Barry Bannon. At half-time, it's 3-1. We need to keep up the intensity. We need to keep just trying to keep this going, winning that ball back, not be complacent, go for more. That's the other thing. Go for more goals. We have to go for this because we know what we're like. We just need to keep going and push on because we've kind of caught them on the back foot a little bit and they've been napping. The worrying thing, they will probably bring Theo on at half time, I reckon, to get a bit more energy down the thing. So we're going to have to be careful there. Hopefully, us knowing what he does and what he's done in the past might help us. So let's see. But at half time, it's 3-1 Wednesday. That second half has aged me terribly. Jesus Christ. Oof. Right. So they did what I thought they were going to do. I thought they were going to come all gun blazing. I thought they were going to have a lot more of the ball. We didn't press enough in that second half. We tried. We kept on trying at time, but it wasn't as fast as we were in the first half. It makes sense. They could have come up, but that's the problem. The more into the game it got, the more started to sit back, the more we started to lose the pressure going forward. So One of the annoying things is Bannon did go down. I think it looked like it just calf that got tight because he was running here, there, and everywhere like he normally does. But as soon as he went off, it lost us that like pressing and something going for him. Gregory and Berahino were trying, but they were knackered. And you're watching this and they're going close and they've had a couple of chances. Bailey pulled off some really good saves and there was some good defending. Bailey, there was an incident with Bailey where Bailey went down and you're like, oh, please don't be injured because we'd have to bring Joe on. And he wasn't, thankfully, but it was an interesting one, that one. We had a free kick opportunity, didn't really come to anything. Second half, we just really tried to soak as much pressure as possible. There was a really long bit of play where the MK Don player was down for a while. And this, after what happened in the first half, and then there were lots of little things like that as well. Bailey was down for a while. Their player went off stretchered injured, so hopefully he's okay. You never want to see that happen at all. So I really hope the player's okay and he gets a full recovery for him. But yeah, and then you're watching, they're coming forward. Theo comes on, and he's a little bit of a nuisance for us. Really, for them even, I mean, really does cause a lot of problems getting down. And some of the Wednesday players left a little bit on him at time. Gregory did, Palmer did. But then this is where it goes to the bit where I'm like, oh, for God's sake. There was 10 minutes of added time. 10. And with it being 3-1, you could see what was coming, and it was one of those things that I was really dreading it. They kept on coming forward. We bring on Lang to try and just change it up a little bit, taking Gregory off just to waste a bit of time, really. But we needed that. They're going forward, and Byers puts in an absolutely stupid free kick. It was daft, and it's in a really good position. And it's 94th minute, 95th minute, you're like, oh, God, you know what's coming. And it did. It was a fantastic free kick by Scott Twine. For me, Bailey should have been a little bit further over. He might have got to it then. Maybe a little bit of positioning, but you couldn't stop it. It was a fantastic shot, free kick. And then they're up. The tails are up. They're going for it. They're throwing everything at it. We're making some last-ditch blocks, and Bailey, to his credit, he'd come out and caught pretty much everything that come into the box today. He really commanded that penalty area and does it really well today. But we do get all 3 points. It does end up being 3-2. We don't, I repeat, we don't do a Wednesday, which is very nice indeed, because I think everybody was expecting us to do a Wednesday, and it'd be like, oh God, here we go, we've done a Wednesday again. It didn't happen, which is, I'm really thankful for. So it's now interesting in the table. So we are on 76 points. Wickham are on 76 points. Sunderland are on 76 points. We are ahead on goal difference on 24. Plymouth are on 25. It's Rotherham and MK Dons on 83 points each, and Wigan at the top on 87 because they didn't win today. This was a good game for us to get the win. It would have been nice to have the clean sheet. It would have done well on the goal difference. We did have it where it came very close to being like a Wednesday situation that, you know, we do. And so some of the games coming up are interesting. So Plymouth versus Sunderland, we could do with Plymouth doing us a big favour there. Kind of don't want Sunderland to win that. You really could do with Plymouth, or that be a draw. That would be even better. Wickham versus Wimbledon. I like Wimbledon to do something, try and change it up, but it's Wickham, they're starting to pick up some form at the right time. NK Dons are playing Oxford. Oxford are trying to get back into this now. And then where's the other one? Oxford, MK Dons. Wigan versus Ipswich is a good one as well. And I'm missing one. Rotherham versus Burton. So there's some games there at the top that can be very interesting for us. Crew at home, we have a good record at home, so hopefully we can do really well. But the worry for me from this game is that we picked up some little niggles and knocks. Bannon being one. We don't know what the situation with Hutch or Luongo is. We don't know which one's ill and which one is the injury. Yeah, so it's good to get all 3 points though and not do a Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday, take all 3 points, but just